our finger on how the changes impact our homes and offices. There's some data. Writing in 2014, political commentator David Brooks summarized 2 studies that showed that American adults reported an average of 3 close friends in 1985, but only 2 by 2004. According to the Conference Board, only 52.3% of Americans now like their jobs, down from 61.1% 30 years ago. The good news is that a few leaders are pouring energy into reversing these trends. What anyone can do is a great first step toward change. Leo Bottary has collected stories of people rejecting the John Wayne go-it-alone approach, taking off their masks and opening up to one another. They are reclaiming the power of conversation. He's busting the Lone Ranger myth and shining a light on the personal and professional teams behind these everyday success stories. He's documenting the stark difference between traditional classrooms that line students up in rows and environments in which structured conversations with peers lead to deep learning. And he's collected in one place the best practices that make it easy for anyone to reap the rewards of this approach to work and life. I hope that, by the end of this book, you'll ask yourself the same question I have been asking with circles. Why doesn't everyone have a peer group? This question could not only have a profound impact for you on a personal level, it could fundamentally shift the way we all work with and learn from one another. Dan Hoffman, founder and CEO, Circles, New York, New York. Introduction. How will doing what anyone can do help me? Success starts with the basics. RyanFoland.com. In 2017, Joe Henderson celebrated 2 50th anniversaries, one as a full-time journalist and the other as a marathoner. Joe was a columnist and editor at Runner's World magazine for more than 30 years and has written more than 24 books. He still teaches running classes at the University of Oregon and coaches a local marathon and half-marathon training team. Back in the late 1990s, I became interested in running a marathon. I hoped to finish just one, only to run 12 more over the next 5 or 6 years. I was addicted to running, Runner's World, running books, and the life lessons they provided. It was during this time that I became acquainted with Joe Henderson's work. I have continued to follow him, even though I haven't run a marathon in more than a decade. In his 1976 book, The Long Run Solution, Joe suggested that becoming truly accomplished at running, or at anything for that matter, doesn't typically require us to perform superhuman feats. We don't have to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Success doesn't ask us to do what no one else can do. All too often, success and happiness find those who have the discipline to do the everyday things, the things anyone can do that most of us never will. This concept struck a chord with me, and I never forgot it. I also never imagined it would find its way into the title of a book I would write one day. Although Joe Henderson and I have never met, I consider him and his wisdom to be part of who and what surrounds me every day. What are these things anyone can do? To keep it in Joe Henderson's terms, let's say you want to run a marathon. Until the 1980s, and well before Ironman competitions and ultra-marathons were part of the public consciousness, marathon running was considered extreme. It wasn't something most people would even attempt. Only a freak, or someone who lacked any other mode of